inspect, adapt, and improve continuously. Again, continuous delivery. And the self-organizing teams, nobody's helping the teams nobody's managing the team. The team is managing themselves, right? So that self-reliant, they've got that skills, they've got the authority, they've got the responsibility to manage their own work, they plan the work, they estimate the work, they commit the estimates, they deliver the work, and then they own the whole the entire cycle of this. So the management commitment is there. They're supporting the management. What is the management doing? They're supporting this team. They're trying to give all the resources that they need. And then once that is there in place, then the team would do everything. The lightweight structures and fewer levels and roles. They're not much, as I said, the Scrum has got just 3 roles. They're not like 100 roles like in typical waterfall. You don't have tester, you don't have architect, business analyst, don't like that. It's just one role, developer. It's all development team. One role called development team, that's it. Whether you're an SME, whether you're an analyst, designer, visual designer, it doesn't matter. Everybody is part of a team. So that's the beauty of that. So you're trying to cut down the levels of hierarchy, cut down the bureaucracy, basically, and making it efficient that way. So focus and prioritization, it's all about focus. You can actually, doing all these things would actually help you to be more focused and help prioritize your work and your people and your processes better. So you deliver on you focus on the delivery, you deliver something and then you focus on the next delivery. And that's important. So you try and prioritize, and this is what we discussed at length for 2 days, yesterday and the day before, about prioritization done on the importance versus urgency, need to have, nice to have, the Moscow tool. So we did go through all of that in detail. Very, very important again. Quick delivery of business value is key. You cannot deliver something after 2 years. You need to deliver something quickly. It should make some sense and some value to the customers. It should be important for them so that they can use it to their advantage. Again, refactoring, technical design excellency, architecture, refactoring, we discussed this. You can't have a code that is spaghetti, that has got a lot of problems, that has got crisscrossing calls and crisscrossing methods, poor documentation. You don't know how the method has been named. For example, the way you call a method as a get something would be written as get something here, and then you say something get in the next piece of block of code. So there's a problem with the naming of the methods, naming of the code blocks. So you need to have a consistent way of doing that. So all of that, again, how you use the for loops, how you use the while loops and the while do loops and all these things, depending on the language. So it's important that because it's being coded by different people, they come with different backgrounds and different mindsets. You should not have that kind of spaghetti, as what we call, crisscrossing everywhere. So we should try and spend some time to refactor. That's called refactoring, to adjust this and make sure it is all aligned to the standards. And then that's why we need to have the architectural spike, is what we call spike. So spike is like a sprint. Again, we'll discuss this in detail. Spike is like a sprint which is time boxed, like 3 weeks or whatever. And then we actually do the work of looking at the architecture, looking at the design, the code, but then we don't really deliver at the end of a spike. There's no expected outcome in terms of a product at the end of the spike. It's basically to improve the quality of the code and quality of the architecture, the design, and the product, basically. And then finally, we've got the engage and communicate. We continuously engage the stakeholders. Stakeholders include external, internal. We have constant communication with the team. We make sure we work with them, multiple channels, platforms, and devices. That's the whole thing, isn't it? We discussed this. Online, we have had that option. Yesterday, we were talking about the platforms, the channels, the devices, the screen sizes, the resolutions, the browsers, the versions, plethora of options there. So we need to make sure we prioritize them and make sure we use them wisely. And then we need to track the progress. That's very, very important. We need to track how we're doing, how we're going. Are we going in the right direction? Are we going with the right speed, the right way? So that's the reason why we do the assessment of this, the reviews, retrospectives, and these constant feedback coming in from outside all help us evaluate this and then make sure we've got the right mindset to accept the change and adapt ourselves in the product in a better way. And then the actions need to be done really quickly. Again, because of the fact that you're engaging them in a weekly, almost like weeks 3 weeks, every 3 weeks, it's easy for us to take actions quickly, because all of this is small little things. It's not really big, huge rework. So you're trying to take steps and the control actions really quickly